Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Hillary the Freitas, the marketing mom. Glad you're able to join me today. I am like a couple minutes late because I was down my when you're working and then you forget the time and the time just passes you by. All right. So I am glad you're able to join me today. It's 12:30. It's a new week and we have crossed into the second half of the second half of the year. What does that mean? We're halfway through the 6 month of the year. Isn't that exciting? All right. So we're kind of like right in the middle of the year. All right. Now, give or take a few days on either side because I think this year was a leap year. Yep. So this year was a leap year. This year was COVID, etc., etc. And today I am talking about customer appreciation. Um, and why customer appreciation? Because a lot of businesses right now, all they have are their existing customers. It's very difficult in this time to gain new customers. And although, as marketers, for those of you who maybe you did your MBA 10 years ago and all of those things, and you know it, right? It's always easier to retain a customer than it is to gain a new one. We know the cost of customer acquisition and all of that. And when we get into the nitty-gritties of online advertising and in the digital phase, yes, it kind of it's glaring in your face. Just as a side note, the other day I was reading that a lot of traditional marketers, and when I say traditional, I don't mean that in a bad way, but what I mean is marketers who used to advertise and do a lot of marketing on billboards and all of those other type of things. When it came to the digital space, a lot of them failed because they did not know how to measure. All right. They did not know how to measure and did not know how to track results. And a very wise person once said, what gets measured gets done. All right. So keep that in the back of your mind as I'm going to be talking today about customer appreciation. Because last week I was on a training call. Yes, I still train every week, every day practically. Um, Last week when I was on a training call, one of the trainers said, she was great at generating leads, great at starting conversations, but where she fell down on was customer acquisition. And 9 out of 10 times, what tends to happen to every business is they become good at, all right? They become good at talking to people, they become good at selling, they become good at getting new people into the door, but they become good at that out of necessity because the customers that are already in the door they've forgotten all about. And that's where customer appreciation comes in. A lot of people think that customer appreciation is, I'm gonna give you 1% of what you spent with me for the year. Some of you listening here have actually calculated what that is, and you're saying to yourself, Hillary, how could you say that? But when you calculate the value of what some companies give you back in rewards programs and all of those things, it's somewhere between 1 and 5% of what you spent for the entire year with them. And when you think about that, that's nothing. But then you have to look at it from the business perspective. That's a lot to give back for a company. All right, considering they have their overheads and all of the costs and everything. But you, as a business owner, and especially if you're an entrepreneur, you're a solopreneur, you're thinking to yourself, the only thing I could literally afford is a pen. I'll give my customers a pen. Thanks. Thanks for your year. Or a calendar. All right. Thanks for the year of giving me all your money. Here's a calendar for next year so that you could write down when next you have your bill due, right? We know we get those from our insurance agents, companies, right? Well, why not do something a little more? And why is customer appreciation important? There are some services and there's some things that, regardless of whether you get the appreciation from that service provider or not, you're just gonna have to go ahead and continue to pay the bill. Those services, telephone, internet, your cell phone. It's like we could sit down here and complain about all the telecoms companies, but at the end of the day, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do this now. We wouldn't have internet. um, Online businesses would be totally shut down. Okay, so from that standpoint, it's like, okay, we appreciate we appreciate you. And what does a business like that do? Because at the end of the day, regardless of whether as a customer you feel appreciated or not, there are simply some services and some products that you are going to buy regardless of whether you feel appreciated as a consumer. Now let's flip the switch. Put yourself in the shoes of the business owner, okay? If you are a business owner watching this, you know what I mean. When you show a customer appreciation for choosing you over their competitor, doesn't that customer come back to you? Doesn't that customer say, so and so is offering this in addition to their service? You should check them out. It really helped me, or whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you're offering additional, going that extra mile, the and then some. For those listening, you're hearing the little things that I'm dropping, right? And then some. Okay. You, as a business owner, you have to do that little extra because the extra is what makes you stand out, all right, from your competitor. One of the things that I keep thinking about with what makes, I don't know, what makes me buy on Amazon, all right? I'll tell you the personal story. On Amazon, I could literally contact their support, get my question answered, and feel reassured. All right. When they realized that there were certain key things that they needed to do to keep customers happy. Okay. You've got to always think about that. How am I keeping my customer happy? All right. So it's not just giving yourself that extra edge in the competitive space, which is one thing, but it's how am I making my customers happy? All right? Because it's so hard to go out there and get new customers, especially when those customers or potential customers have no money because they've lost jobs or because they've been laid off. Well, laid off, lost jobs, or they lost business. All right. How do you gain customers or how do you retain your revenue? It's by keeping your existing customers happy and willing to go with you the extra mile, because in tough times, when times are good, people are like, yeah, it's like a no-brainer, I'm going there. But when times get tough, that's when people start reevaluating their pocketbook and they start thinking to themselves, okay, where can I save? And what's going to make your customers stay with you if your prices are higher than the competitor? Okay. Especially, locally in Trinidad, we are a very price sensitive country. Um, we are becoming less and less like that, I would say so. But in Trinidad, we're very price sensitive. We see two items, they may not even be the same, but if they offer the same value or similar value, and this one is cheaper, if this one is cheaper than this one, I'm going with the cheaper one. It doesn't matter if they're the same or not. We've gone past that. All right. We don't care if the items are the same. If it's going to do the similar thing for me, I'll go with the cheaper one. That's how price sensitive Trinidad's market is. So if you are in Trinidad's market and you're trying to stand out, what's going to make you, hello, the more expensive one over here, stand out? What made them stand out over COVID? All right. Customer, thinking of the customer. Okay. I didn't want to have to go into a grocery store during COVID. So Massey thought of a way to serve the customer. And guess what? It's a service that I will pick now over ever walking into a grocery store. Okay. Because it's so simple and it's focused on the customer. So, how do you move from that mindset of I'm trying to get business, I'm trying to get business, I'm trying to get business to let me take care of the business that I have? Customer appreciation is beyond giving them a hamper at the end of the year. It's beyond giving back the 1% that they've spent for the entire year so that they could spend it back in your store, mind you. Okay. It's about giving the customer the value to make a difference in their life. And one of the things that is remarkable is that I've come across so many different things where people could give appreciation for their customers very easily. And a lot of businesses today, they see customer appreciation as another line item. So it is an investment. It's an investment that you make in your existing customers. So if you're thinking of, okay, so what can I give? What investment can I make that would make my customers want to shop with me over my competitor? What about giving away vacations? Now you may be saying, well, I can't give away vacations now, the borders are closed. Now they are, but in the future they may not be. And what is an investment? An investment is making spending that money now for the future, because you already know that if I want to appreciate my customers, if I had to buy 5,000 pens for all my customers, or if you have to create 5,000 calendars, or whatever the case may be, you know there's a cost to that. But whereas it's just like, okay, what is this going to do? Remind them that they just have to pay their bill? Or is it going to remind them to recommend a new customer to me? That's what you have to think about. And if it's a real investment, then what it actually does is not just be a reminder on the wall or calendar that, oh, the insurance bill is due this day and that day and whatever. No, it's a reminder that, you know what, I get such great service from that company that I'm going to recommend them. If you're looking for that type of customer appreciation program, you need to chat with me. Okay, because that is the type of customer appreciation that's going to bring returns. And yes, that's a little one in the background. But that is the type of customer appreciation program that's going to bring returns for you in abundance. Let's put it that way, in abundance. I have been in a community where there are people using this customer appreciation system, and they are generating and keeping customers. They are generating leads not from their activity, but from their customers' activity. So you see, that's the type of customer appreciation program that you want, where you are so focused on appreciating your current customers that those current customers are going out there and bringing the business for you. They're bringing the business for you. If that's something you're interested in, we have to chat. Okay. So that's it for today, customer appreciation. Get out there and start thinking of different ways that you could actually show your customers you care about them and you really want their business. And you're not just doing it because you have to. All right. And if you want to amplify your customer appreciation program, and make that investment, because it is an investment, drop a message down below, send me a private message, and let's have a chat. Okay, have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye everybody.